looking at 1999 first, let's take some movies from there. Obvious is The Matrix, which does go into the S tier block, I think, quite happily. Sixth Sense. Well, putting these into blocks is going to be tough. I'm going to put it in the A block. Galaxy Quest. I'll put that in the A, I guess. Same with The Iron Giant, which is also from 99. Yeah, I'm just going year by year just now, so I'm not jumping ahead to some of these ones that you guys are suggesting. Although Audition is from 99, that is worth putting in here. I'll put that in the B plus. I'm just trying to like sort of sense what each of these blocks kind of are to me quality wise, because this is going to be a bigger list. This is not going to be as small as the other one. There's going to be stuff from like a wide range of like stuff here. Man on the Moon. I'll keep that in the A, or the B plus, I should say. Blair Witch Project. Throw in the Green Mile. And I think down this B tier, we'll put a couple of fun movies that I like that, you know, like might not necessarily be best of the best, but like stuff that like I'm fond of. The things that are sticking out to me like are like Mystery Men, The Mummy, and Deep Blue Sea. Is that enough from the 99 in terms of what I feel strongly about? Oh, Eyes Wide Shut. I do like Eyes Wide Shut. I don't know if I'm passionate about it, like other Kubrick movies, but I've never seen All About My Mother or Boer Travel. Fight Club? Tyler, surely you know how I feel about Fight Club. Fight Club is in the 30s for my 1999 rankings. I do not like Fight Club. Green Mile's a solid pick. I mean, anything. I mean, maybe not that B tier, which is a little bit more sort of like just fun stuff. But anything B plus and up there is a solid pick for your favorite of the year. Like I really wouldn't be arguing any of those. I'm just kind of placing them where my gut feeling's going right now. All right, let's move to 98. 98. Truman Show is a goddamn spectacular film. The Truman Show. Ringu. Probably down there. Christopher Nolan's Following I quite like. Obviously it's not, you know, one that would be super high on a list per se, but like I would at least like to consider it for somewhere. Yeah, I'll put that down here. 1998's not got as much like biggies for me. 98's a kind of a weak year. Like I wouldn't say that I've got a good top 10 from 1998. You know, I'm not a big Lebowski guy. Maybe I'll like it more when I watch it again. But it didn't leave that much of an impression on me the two times I've seen it. So I'm sorry to say that it ain't going to be making my list. Yeah, I gotta say, 1998, not filling me with much hope here, I have to say. Yeah, I think 98. So 1999 was clearly a good year. 1998, a bit more lacking, at least for the stuff that I've seen. No Godzilla from 98. Simple Plan is 98, which is not a bad movie, but I'm not like passionate about it. It wouldn't be making my list. Pie's an interesting film. I feel like I need to see it again to see like how passionate I am, but like I remember thinking it was an interesting, cool vibe movie. Yeah, I think we're leaving 98 behind. I think we're going down to 97. I don't think there's any S tier movies for me in 97, but I think A plus is about to get a few bits of company here. So let's throw in Gattaca. Let's put Copland down in the next section. Never seen Boogie Nights. I have seen Good Will Hunting, but I'm not that passionate about it. As Good as It Gets is a good movie. Oh, I've seen Insomnia and I've seen Funny Games, Nico. I haven't seen Cure though. In a way, this one should probably go down into the B tier, but I like it more than all of those, so I'm going to keep Fifth Element in this block. Yeah, I'm not a big Contact guy. Oh yeah, of course Tyler's a weirdo who likes An American Werewolf in Paris. Oh, Cube! Cube is 97. Is the Phil Monty Scottish? No, the Phil Monty's English. The lead actor in it is a Scottish actor, but he's playing an English character, so he's doing an accent. Oh, Fresh, I don't like the game. I think it's one of Fincher's worst movies. I'm sorry. Yeah, Cube. Oh, I do like Cube. I probably wouldn't quite put it in the A tier, but I think B plus absolutely gets Cube for sure. Jackie Brown, I think is worth putting on here for consideration. Now, this is kind of an interesting case where some of these fun ones down in the bottom tier might actually make it instead of some of the ones that are above it, just because I want to have some fun stuff because it's a big list and I want to show like different parts of my taste. But just worth mentioning. Con Air. Right, we'll put that in the B tier. But I do love me some Con Air. Con Air is a great dumb movie. I fucking love Con Air. The wind, the hair blowing in the wind. I'm not flinching when he gets shot. The electric guitar and the music. Sayonara. Oh. It's gold. It's gold, Jerry, gold. What else from 97 do I want to consider? Yeah, Titanic ain't making my list. I feel like Life is Beautiful is one that I really appreciate, but I don't think it makes my list. And I kind of grew up with The Bean, the disaster movie, and I'm tempted to at least put it in the B tier as a consideration. It probably won't make it, but Face Off? Face Off's alright. I definitely prefer Con Air to it though. Wishmaster or Rocket Man? I mean, they're notable films from 97. I don't know if they're making my best 90s list though. Anything else I want to include here? Oh, Lost Highway is tempting me. I feel like I need to watch Lost Highway again. I remember liking it. I remember it being kind of like, not my favorite Lynch, but definitely really solid, like good Lynch. I feel like it's been too long since I've seen it though to really properly assess it with the rest of these. Maybe I'll move on from 97. Is there anything else that's sticking out to me? I mean, there's other stuff I like. You know, I enjoy Liar Liar. I don't think it's going to make it though. Like Funny Games is really well directed, but I don't think it's making my list. Oh, Mortal Kombat Annihilation. The true heavy hitters are here. All right, let's go down to 96. Fargo. Yeah, I'll put that in the old A tier there. Oh. Scream. Yeah, I think that stays in the A tier. From Dusk Till Dawn. Good B plus, I think. Oh, Bound. That's a recent watch for me. We did that for Collector's Cut. I really like Bound. Wait, I would put that in the A tier. It's kind of like teetering between the A and the B plus, but I'm going to put in the A tier. Being over LA Confidential is making me weep. I've seen LA Confidential. You know, it was fine. You know, there's not a bunch of 96 stuff that's feeling like I definitely should add here, to be honest. Like, the stuff that I enjoy, like, The Rock's obviously a fun movie, but, like, I don't see it beating anything I've got in that B tier. Cable Guy's solid enough. Star Trek First Contact's alright. Mission Impossible's, you know, got a lot of solid stuff in it. Maybe if I'd seen Happy Gilmore in the last 15 years, I might feel more passionate about it. But it's kind of like got this weird stink over it because Adam Sandler in general leaves a bit of a stink nowadays. Yeah, you know, I enjoy Twister. Oh, dare I put Jingle All the Way in the B tier for consideration? I do love Jingle All the Way. Put the cookie down. He got two. He got two. Show a man a jingle, he'll jingle for a day. Teach a man to jingle and he'll jingle all the way. Alright, for the lols. Doesn't mean it's making it. Crash? Oh yeah, Crash. Yeah, Cronenberg's Crash. I mean, it's definitely beating out a lot of the things that I know I don't want to put on there. It's definitely an interesting movie. I don't know if it'll make it, but I do think Crash is worth at least throwing into the bottom of the pool. Alright, I don't like Trainspotting, so that's off the table. Yep, I think that's 96. You know, like I like Eraser. I don't think it's making it. I like, you know, this stuff. Long Kiss Goodnight was a decent enough time, but I don't think it's making it. It's alright. Let's look at 95. 1995. We have Now Redeem Yourself in my eyes by giving Before Sunrise at least a interesting suggestion. The thing is, Tyler, is that I think Before Sunset is the better movie. So I'm not sure if I'm not sure if I'm going to. And we're not doing 2000s today. Usual Suspects, directed by Bryan Singer, or too controversial? Not too controversial. I just never liked that movie very much, to be honest. I always thought it was overrated. I saw it before, you know, any of the Spacey or Bryan Singer stuff like came out, and I still didn't think it was that impressive. Anyway, I said 7. 7 can go in the A+. It's close to the S, but I think in my heart it's not joining Matrix and Truman Show. We have Braveheart. So if you've been clamoring for something vaguely Scottish for me to talk about, and Braveheart's very good. Braveheart's something that I, you know, kind of grew up on. It was kind of hard to avoid it at a certain point. It's a well-made movie. It's got a great score. I think that goes in the old B+. Toy Story. Oh, not a lot of family stuff on my list typically. But Toy Story was kind of a seminal movie from my childhood. I remember seeing it in the theater at the age of 6. I think we'll keep that in the B+ there. Heat. We have Heat, which is a great movie. It's I feel like I need to see it again to like put it super high. So I'm going to keep it in the B+, even though I think logically I can kind of see why it would maybe be in the A tier. But I feel like I need to see it again. We got Die Hard with a Vengeance. I'll put that down in the B for consideration. Yeah, I'm not a 12 Monkeys fan, Fresh, I'm afraid. I'm going to sound really snooty here, but I prefer the short French film that it's based on. Les Jetés from the 60s, I think, is a better version of the story. Mighty Morphin Power. I mean, I did grow up on that. So I can't argue that it's important to the childhood. From Dusk Till Dawn's a bit overrated to me. It's fun, but I don't think it's as good as people make out. I mean, that's fair. I mean, it's not like it's in my top 3 sections, you know, so we'll see where it lands once I've got all the years done. We're only about halfway through the decade. Now, Before Sunrise is the one that I do have to consider. That's probably also going in the B+. Sorry, Tyler. I only find Heat overrated if someone says they think it's better than Collateral. And then I say no, Collateral is better. Mortal Kombat. Yeah, Mortal Kombat I'm making the list, but I do appreciate the suggestion. The City of Lost Children, I remember really liking, but it's been a long time. I'd find it hard to place the movie. I feel like I need to watch that again. Casper, you know, I enjoyed growing up. I don't know if it's going to make it. I think Strange Days is half of a great movie and half of a bad movie. Manhunter is still my fave man film. My favorite is Collateral, and then probably Thief, and then probably Manhunter, and then Heat. Off the top of my head. Crimson Tide is... I think Crimson Tide should at least go in the B tier for consideration. Solid movie. I like Apollo 13. I don't think it's going to make it though. It's good, but it's a little bit dry. Where I kind of maybe would consider something silly here is, do I put Under Siege 2 in the B tier for consideration? Because I do kind of like Under Siege 2 a lot. Alright, I think we're probably done with 95. I mean, obviously, I think Casino I need to see again. There's some other silly ones that I actually really like for being silly. Like, I actually really enjoyed Judge Dredd and Virtuosity, but like, I don't think they'd be making my top 50. Because they're kind of like so bad, they're amazing to me. Mortal Kombat's kind of in that vein. Okay, 1994. Ghost in the Shell. Like, I remember being more positive on that than I thought I would be. I mean, I would agree Speed's better than True Lies. I would not argue with that. But yeah, 1994 has got some beefy movies to put in here. Alright, let's just get some big ones out of the way. No, I don't like Forrest Gump that much. Forrest Gump is just Ready Player One, but for people who watch the news. Chungking Express, that's a solid in the B plus there, I think. I think True Lies also goes in there nicely. The B tier is definitely getting Time Cop, because I fucking love Time Cop. Regardless of anything one might say about overall quality. I'm not big on The Crow. I'm not big on like The Lion King. I did kind of like Last Seduction. I'll probably put that in the B tier for consideration. I don't know if I'll make it, but I did have fun with that movie. I've never seen Clerks, but I've not really liked anything that I've seen from Kevin Smith, and everything that I get vibe-wise, I don't think I'd be into it. Leon's not that as good as people make it out to be, and it's actually kind of creepy in places. I do enjoy the Street Fighter movie, but it ain't making the list. I mean, I like Dumb and Dumber, it's not making the list. I like Ace Ventura as well, it's not making the list. Honestly, the one that's sticking out to me the most here is D2 The Mighty Ducks. I grew up on D2 The Mighty Ducks. I'll put that in the B tier for consideration. I don't love Wes Craven's New Nightmare as much as some people do, so that's not sticking to me. And speaking of Jim Carrey's got a lot of movies this year. The Mask, I like the least out of those movies that he put out this year. Three Ninjas Kick Back. Was that 94? Looking Past the Lip too, I see. Yeah, I'm not picking a Leprechaun movie. Clifford, I have not seen that. Alright, I think I'm done with 94. We got a lot of titles here. Alright, 1993. Jurassic Park's the obvious one. I was debating S or A+, but let's be honest. Jurassic fucking Park. Mask of the Phantasm. I don't know. Oh. I mean, it's high up on my 93 list. I think it's probably more A than it is A+, out of, like, you know, what group it seems to belong in more for me. What else we got? We got Addams Family Values, which is a good comedy. Bam, 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 bam. Do you know, Groundhog Day is a movie that I think is perfectly good, but I've only ever seen it the once, so I don't really have... Like, I never grew up with it. I watched it as like a 22-year-old or something like that, and I thought it was, you know, solid. I had nothing bad to say about it, but I've also got no attachment to it. We got Cool Runnings. I haven't seen it in a long time. I'll put that in the bottom slot. Matinee, the Joe Dante movie. I do quite like that. It's probably still the bottom slot because I only saw it for the first time a couple of years ago, but I really like Joe Dante, and there's really good vibes in that movie. Oh, there's a weird group of movies here where, like, they're kind of bordering on maybe making the list, but I don't know if they would. Like The Sandlot, I like The Sandlot. Last Action Hero, I enjoy that a lot. Would it make a list though? Demolition Man's kind of in the same. Okay, I think at least Demolition Man has to go in the bottom thing for consideration. I'm tempted to throw in Last Action Hero as well. They'd be low in the list, I think, relatively speaking, but they're both kind of things. Fire in the Sky is pretty good. It's got a great third act at the very least. I think that might be it for 93. I'm just kind of skimming. I don't know if Ernest Rides Again is going to make it. Alright, let's go down to 1992. Alright, Reservoir Dogs. I think that's A+. Ernest was a real one. Know what I mean, Vern? Twin Peaks Fire Walk With Me. I'll put that in A. I think it's fantastic. Oh, I don't like Bram Stoker's Dracula that much. I think it's got a weird tone. Keanu Reeves is bad in it. I think it rushes through things too quick. The pacing's all off for me. I don't know. It feels like a bunch of people dress up as opposed to anything else. My Cousin Vinny's a fun movie. Do I have to use the original Mighty Ducks? I don't know if I do. Wayne's World we'll put down in the bottom category for consideration. I think same for Home Alone 2, which I like a fair bit. Universal Soldier can go down there as well. Lot of consideration categories here in 92. I haven't seen Glengarry Glen Ross, believe it or not. I've heard of it, obviously. It comes up a fair bit. Oh, Bad Lieutenant is an interesting movie, actually. Certainly a good performance from Harvey Keitel. Oh god, how do I spell Lieutenant? Nailed it. Yeah, Candyman, definitely for consideration. First Under Siege, again, kind of a sillier pick, but one that could make it. Admittedly, between the two Under Sieges, it'd be two that makes it if one's going to, I think. But Brain Dead's alright, not in love with it. Basic Instinct's a solid movie. It's a really solid, well-made movie. I think I just I think when we did it, I gave it like a 7 or 7.5 because the plot itself is just a bit too convoluted. So I don't think it would make my list. I haven't seen The Crying Game. I do have a fondness and nostalgia for Three Ninjas, but I don't think it'd make my list. Last of the Mohicans is well directed, but I don't think it's something that's sticking with me. I do remember kind of liking Toys, the Robin Williams movie. I feel like I'd have to watch it again to know for sure if I want to stand by it. Rebels of the Neon God, my fave movie from 1992. I can't say I know much about that one. That's true, the Buffy the Vampire Slayer movie is 1992. I'm not particularly fond of it. You might be aware of. I'm not a big Unforgiven guy. The Vagrant's a fun Bill Paxton movie. The 90s is very hit and miss. Like, some 90s years are packed with like classics, and some are kind of a lot of lukewarm. Army of Darkness is fun, but it's probably my least favorite Evil Dead movie. I don't know if it's going to make anywhere. Yeah, I've got Twin Peaks already. Brain Dead is fun. I don't know if I love Brain Dead. Like, I don't. I think I'm just not that big a Peter Jackson fan, honestly. All right, 1991. 1991. Right, we got 2 more years. 1991. Terminator 2. I mean, yeah, for being honest, it's S. It's very important to me. Silence of the Lambs. obviously high up. I actually don't know if I've seen all of The Rocketeer. I think I saw like half of it on TV once. And got bored and stopped. That's just me twisting the knife into Matt as I break his heart. Right, I think we're going down to B plus for the next couple that I want to put in here. But I would put in Thelma and Louise. And Delicatessen, which is a Jean-Pierre Jeunet film. That's kind of quirky. We'll have to do it in Ace at some point. The acclaimed director of Alien Resurrection, believe it or not. Until the End of the World's a really fascinating movie. It's a long watch. Like, if you watch the director's cut of that movie, it's like 4.5 hours. It is absolutely huge. So it's tough to watch in a sitting. But, you know, I definitely enjoyed talking about that movie after we watched it. Like, it's definitely something that's kind of, you know, stuck with me a little bit. Even though a lot of the runtime is very much just kind of taking in this journey and the vibes and all the rest of it. What else we got in 91? We've got some fun stuff. The Naked Gun 2. First Addams Family's there. It's not as good as Values, though. Turtles 2, Secret of the Ooze is kind of a big thing. Have I seen Riccio or 964 Pinocchio? I've not seen either. Riccio I've heard of and know it's worth seeing. 964 Pinocchio, I don't know what that is. I'm tempted to put Turtles 2 in the considerations, but I know that the other one that's going to be there from the last year is going to be the one that's considered, so... Yeah, 91's got a couple of like absolute all-timers at the start, like at the top of the list, and then it kind of trails off a little bit. As tempting as it is to put in Samurai Cop, and I think Point Break's overrated, so I ain't putting Point Break in. People can deal with that. Yeah, I think that's it for 91. I don't think anything else sticking out. You know, there's other movies I enjoy, but nothing that's feeling... like there's a lot of 90s Godzilla movies that I remember enjoying some of them quite a bit, but I couldn't tell you which ones I enjoyed, so that's why I'm not picking any of those. I need to watch them all again. I've seen Raise the Red Lantern. It's very good. What year's that? I might be missing it on my list here. Is it? Okay, I've left that off here. I'm going to add that to my list then. It's very good. Zhang Yimou, who went on to do Hero and House of Flying Daggers and a bunch of other stuff. Very good drama about someone who has a bunch of wives. Yeah, very good. All right, Popcorn's a fun horror movie, but I think it'll be struggling to get onto the list at this point. So for 1990, we got the first Turtles movie, which isn't even just for consideration. That's going straight into like the B+ tier. Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer actually I think is technically 1988. I've seen that listed as different years. I've got it down as 88. It might not have like had a certain type of release until 1990, but it's definitely was made a couple of years before that. It was a good disturbing watch though. I like Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer. Kindergarten Cop. That's also going to be B+. That's a great movie. What do we have here? Home Alone, I think, is at a B+ as well. Childhood favorite. I think Total Recall goes in there quite happily. So yeah, not a lot of big heavy hitters from this year, but a lot of solid fun stuff. Back to the Future 3, Arachnophobia, and Gremlins 2. I'll put that in the B for consideration. Predator 2. Predator 2. And Child's Play 2. I'll put those both in this bottom tier as well. Oh, the one that's going to get me into trouble is Goodfellas, isn't it? Look, I like Goodfellas. I think Goodfellas is a solid, well-made movie. But I'm just not that passionate about it. Exorcist 3 is a solid pick. Misery's a good movie. I Come in Peace is a lot of fun. I don't think it's making the 50 now. I think there's too much competition. Hard to Kill is a funny Van Damme or Seagal movie. Sorry, I don't think it's making it though. King of New York solid. Days of Thunder solid. Miller's Crossing I think is pretty good, although it's been a long time since I've seen it, so it's hard to place it. Yeah. I think I might be done here in terms of like finding names. Edward Scissorhands, you don't find well that ain't happening. I haven't seen the Nikita movie, funnily enough. I've seen like the first season of the TV show. Invisible Maniac, I do love. I love that movie, but it's not a best, top list type movie. So Bad It's Good. If we do a So Bad It's Good 1990s list, then that is gunning for a good position. But yeah, I think we might be ready to start sorting some of this stuff. And we'll see how many's here. If that's more than 50, and it very well might be, if I think it is, we'll have to cut some. And we'll end up with a top 50. So what I'll do, to make my life easier... Child's Play 2 is fun. In fact, did I put that in the bottom? I think I did. Frankenhooker does hold up actually quite well. I'm going to put Frankenhooker down there. Might not make it, but worth mentioning. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy, first of all, add to dictionary. Shawshank's a word, damn it. Number these bad boys. How do I feel about this order? Is this the right order? I think Matrix is number 1. This might actually just be in the right order already. I'm looking at it and I'm like, yeah, I think Matrix is number 1. I'm thinking about Truman Show versus Shawshank, and I think if you'd asked me like 5 years ago, I'd have probably said Shawshank. I think Truman Show is one that I've, through more viewings and discussing it, I've really, it's risen up the ranks. It's a phenomenal movie. There may be an argument for Jurassic Park above Shawshank, but it feels right. It feels right. I actually think that's the top 5. I don't even think I have to worry about that anymore. Let's go to the next batch. Can I paste them into the list? Aha, I can. Good. Okay, Gattaca versus Sixth Sense. Oh, that's tough. Sixth Sense is extremely good. Good emotional ending. Good, solid payout throughout. I think Gattaca might be edging the victory between them, though. By a smidge. It's tough, though. I could go either way in those two, I think. 7... Hold on. Is there anything that's jumping out at me that should be at the top of this batch? Honestly, I think the top 2 of the second batch should be Speed and Silence of the Lambs. I do like Reservoir Dogs more than Pulp Fiction. This is tough. These are all very kind of close in quality in my mind. I think 7 hits me, or Sixth Sense just hits me a little bit more than 7 does. So I think, and I think I like Reservoir Dogs a little bit more than 7. But I mean, there's not much in it. We're kind of splitting. We're splitting hairs here. All right, give me the next batch. I could see me putting a couple of things from this batch above Pulp Fiction. Actually, now that I'm looking at them, and that's okay. None of these are set in stone. Like Pulp Fiction is great. It absolutely is. But I do that. Oh, there we go. That just worked nicely. All right, so. This is a really tough section. Yeah, Coblan's very good. I don't feel like it gets talked about the way it should compared to some other films. I mean, they just sort of tackle it pair by pair. Alright, Galaxy Quest versus Iron Giant. Iron Giant. More emotional. Yep. Ringu versus Galaxy Quest. Ringu, I think. Ringu versus Iron Giant. Iron Giant. All right, Copland versus Galaxy Quest. Oh, don't know. Probably Galaxy Quest. I think Galaxy Quest stays there. Fargo Scream seems fine. Bound. I think I might put Bound above Scream. I think the one that's shooting up a bit is Twin Peaks Fire Walk with Me. I think that's an excellent movie. And I think, honestly, now looking at this, I think Twin Peaks, Iron Giant, and Ringu go above Pulp Fiction for me. The way I'm currently feeling, I think that is more interesting to me. And maybe Fargo above Copland. Alright, I'm mostly happy with that. So there's a top 20 there for the 90s that's kind of formed. So that was the A. Okay, this is a big section. And this gets us down to 45. What's the weird format here? Word likes to do weird formatting things sometimes. Okay, I'd probably put Man in the Moon above Audition. Let me just go down the list. What sticks out to me as being ones that I feel a bit more passionate about. I think Fifth Element goes up high-ish. Maybe above Man in the Moon? Yeah, probably. I really like Cube. I think Cube's such a fun little movie. Really inventive. Put that above Blair Witch. I think, for me, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles goes quite high in this section. It's just really important to me in my childhood. So I'm putting it up there. In fact, I think I'd put Turtles above Phantasm. Mask of Phantasm, honestly. If I'm thinking about which one means more to me individually as a movie, I think Turtles means more. I think Batman the Animated Series as a whole is a different story. Alright, Green Mile. This is tough. Green Mile versus As Good As It Gets. I think As Good As It Gets is better. Jackie Brown versus The Green Mile. I mean, The Green Mile is so much more emotional, but I do think Jackie Brown probably takes it. But it probably doesn't beat As Good As It Gets. From Dusk Till Dawn is maybe leaning more towards the fun variety, so maybe that doesn't go above Green Mile. Braveheart is really a solid movie. It probably does beat some of these. I think it probably goes up to about here, out of the options that are there right now. I think Heat should be kind of high up in this section. Certainly above Dawn. I think above Green Mile. I think above Jackie Brown. Probably above Braveheart, actually. Yeah, I think that's... I feel good about that. I realize I don't have, like the problem is, like, at a certain point, it's hard to, like, give, like, solid reasons here. It's mostly gut feelings of what means more to me. True Lies, I did grow up with, means a lot to me. Actually, what do I like more? True Lies or Kindergarten Cop? Oh, that's a good question. Probably Kindergarten Cop. Yeah, I think Kindergarten Cop. I think Kindergarten Cop goes up quite high, actually, because I really like that one. Again, it's very important to my childhood and growing up and whatnot. There's probably not a lot between them, though, to be fair. They both kind of, like, slot into very similar places in my, like, nostalgia and history and whatnot. Home Alone probably rises up. Total Recall's, like, one that I've grown to appreciate more in the last, like, 5 years. Like, I always liked it, but I think it's better than what I was giving it credit for when I was younger. So I think I'm going to bring those two up to somewhere up here just to get them closer to other things. I will say Home Alone, do I like it more than From Dusk Till Dawn? Yes. Do I like it more? Yes. 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 Home Alone's going quite high. I mean, Home Alone's a good movie. That's where it's going. Now that I'm looking at these, I do think Jackie Brown and As Good As It Gets probably goes above Blair Witch. Total Recall was A Bus from Dusk Till Dawn, and Green Mile. I think Toy Story goes above From Dusk Till Dawn, and Green Mile. I think Chungking Express is better than Before Sunrise, but not a bit above Green Mile. True Lies is so fine. Probably work down away. It's probably close to Kindergarten Cop, so let's put that there for now. I feel like there's a couple of these where if I'd seen them more recently and remembered them better, I think they would probably do a bit better. But you know, that's what it is. Back to the Future 3 is very good. Okay, I think I'm more or less happy with that for this chunk. Oh yeah, I can only pick 5 from the rest. That's the tough part. Yeah, what will 5 mean the most to me out of the rest of the list? Yeah, I think I'm happy with how that looks. We've, you know, there's not a lot in it with some of the pairings, obviously. Yeah, we got 5 to pick from this red section. Fuck. It's probably worth me just deleting some from this section as I go, just to like rule things out. Okay? So, what am I ruling out? I don't think Bad Lieutenant's making it against some of these. I don't think Candyman's making it for me against some of these. Under Siege isn't beating Under Siege 2, so that's definitely not making it. Oh god, picking 5 of these is hard. Like, am I dead? Just go with the ones that like mean the most to me, regardless of how acclaimed or whatever they are. Just like, what's the most fun? What do I want to watch the most? It's probably not Mystery Men. I like it quite a bit, but it's not beating some of these other ones. I do really like Following. I think Following's a really interesting first little film. Cool Runs isn't beating some of these other ones. I don't think Wayne's World's beating some of these. I feel like Home Alone 2, I've already got Home Alone on the list, so it feels like a waste to use one of these 5 slots for Home Alone 2, as much as I really like it. So I'm going to dump that. I don't think Universal Soldier's making it. It's mostly fun stuff. Yeah, there's 1 or 2. Like Crash and Following are kind of the ones that are sticking out as like the real potential like picks. Which is not to say that they're definitely making it, but I really like Matinee when I watched it like a year or 2 ago, but it's tough to like pick that now so soon against some of these. So I think that's going. A Crimson Tide's kind of in the sort of range of actual like good, not like a fun, but like a good like submarine thriller. This is good though. This is what makes it a real top 50. If I have to like painfully like get rid of some stuff, then that makes this real. It makes it a genuine challenge. And Nico was recommending like movies for almost every year, so there's clearly still tons of stuff left to try and see. And maybe I'll love some of them, maybe I'll not like some of them, but you know, there's always more to do. Like, I think Crimson Tide arguably is one of the better movies here, but I'm tempted to get rid of it just because it's not got quite the attachment that some of these other ones do, and I think maybe that's more important in this section. So yeah, I'm going to get rid of that. I do love Mighty Ducks. I don't think it's going to land. I really like Last Seduction. I don't think it's going to beat some of these for attachment. Frankenhooker's a good time. I don't think it's going to beat some of these. I would think The Mummy is going to beat some of these for me. I think Crash is a super interesting and provocative movie, but again, we're like, if I was to be honest here about like what I think might make it, because I mean we've whittled it down a bit. I've like halved the list of this section. What's sticking out to me that feels like it's going to make it is Following. Is kind of like the genuine sort of like not just a fun movie pick. I think I want Time Cop. I feel like it's going to be mostly action movies. I feel like I want all. There's a lot of like stuff here that I grew up watching. Like Gremlins 2 is a lot of fun, but I don't think it's going to cut it here. I like Arachnophobia a lot. I don't think it's going to cut it here. Hey, if I watch enough great 90s movies, maybe in like 5 years we can do a top 100 90s movies and it'll be like worthwhile. But clearly right now, with the number I got to, 50 is clearly the right number. I kind of want both Time Cop and Con Air. But Die Hard with a Vengeance feels really important. I like Last Action Hero, but I don't think it's going to make it against some of these. I really like Demolition Man. I don't think it's going to make it against some of these that I think just scratch the itch a bit more. I love Predator 2, but I feel like it's not happening. Child's Play 2. I do really like Child's Play 2. There's not a lot of horror in this top 50, because the 90s is not that great for horror, frankly, which is a shame. There's a couple of obviously notable ones, like your Scream and your Ringu and one or two other things, but it's not like a super horror heavy decade. I don't think it's making it. I've already got a lot of Arnold, so I'm kind of tempted on that grounds to get rid of Jingle All the Way. Deep Blue Sea is fun, but yeah, it came a bit later than some of these other ones, and the attachment is kind of important. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I need to cut 2 more. Oh fuck. Oh, I feel really bad about getting rid of Bean, because I think it's surprisingly good. I think it surprisingly holds up, and it's kind of oddly sweet. It works better than it should, but I think it needs to go. Okay, I mean, this is definitely a specific chunk of movies, right? Other than Following, these are all 90s action movies to some extent. I mean, Time Cop sci-fi and Jingle All the Way is more of a Christmassy movie, but like Con Air, Die Hard 3, Under Siege 2, and to an extent Time Cop are all 90s action movies that fill me with joy. Oh, look, it's really funny that Jingle All the Way has made it this far. I think it has to go. I think, like, I feel like the others are just more like a part of my childhood. Not Following. Following's getting picked for different reasons. Following's a movie that I genuinely think is pretty great for this little first time movie that Nolan did. But out of these other 5, they all mean something to me from childhood. I grew up watching them. I like all 5 of those other movies: Con Air, Jingle All the Way, Die with a Vengeance, Under Siege 2, Time Cop. I owned them all. I taped them all. I had them all taped on VHS. I owned them all on DVD. I owned them all in Blu-ray, and I own them all on Apple. I own them all digitally now as well. Following was just Blu-ray, then digital, because I didn't discover that until much later. But I think Jingle All the Way, because I've got Arnold, I've got a couple of Arnolds, I've got multiple Arnold movies on the list already, so he's well represented. I think it has to be that. It's these 5. These 5 are the last 5. Does Following just go to the top? Because I do think it's like, well, I don't know actually. I don't know. Let me rate them in, and we'll see how we feel. Okay, Following. I think if you're making a serious argument for what's the best movie out of those 4 at the bottom, I think Die Hard with a Vengeance is the best movie objectively. However, I think it's going at the bottom for me. And I think it's, like, I love it. It's great. I do think the ending's a bit weak, which may be why I'm placing it at the bottom. The ending's a bit weaker than the rest of the movie. But I think the fun of these other ones, and in some cases the silliness of what they are, is why I love them. I think Con Air's better than Under Siege 2. And Time Cop's staying there. We've done it. We've done it. The top 50 has been done. My top 50 movies as of right now in 2025 from the 1990s is as follows. Die Hard with a Vengeance, 49, Under Siege 2, 48, Con Air, 47, Time Cop, 46, Following, 45, Thelma and Louise, 44, Delicatessen, 43, Raise the Red Lantern, 42, Addams Family Values, 41, Back to the Future Part 3, 40, Before Sunrise, 39, From Dusk Till Dawn, 38, Chungking Express, 37, The Green Mile, 36, Toy Story, 35, Total Recall, 34, The Blair Witch Project, 33, Jackie Brown, 32, True Lies, 31, As Good as It Gets, 30, Kindergarten Cop, 29, Braveheart, 28, Heat, 27, Cube, 26, Audition, 25, Man in the Moon, 24, The Fifth Element, 23, Batman Mask of the Phantasm, 22, Home Alone, 21, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, 20, Scream, 19, Bound, 18, Copland, 17, Fargo, 16, Galaxy Quest, 15, Pulp Fiction, 14, Ringu, 13, The Iron Giant, 12, Twin Peaks Fire Walk With Me, 11, 7, 10, Reservoir Dogs, 9, The Sixth Sense, 8, Gattaca, 7, Silence of the Lambs, 6, Speed, 5, Terminator 2, 4, Jurassic Park, 3, The Shawshank Redemption, 2, The Truman Show, and 1, The Matrix. Oh, now, even as I was going through that, there's a couple of things that I could swap around. There's like just little pairs that I could switch around. I'm happy enough with that, though. 90s is an interesting decade. I think 90s is such a weird decade for me to do this for, because it's got a combination of like great movies, which you've seen a lot of them in the top, 20, 25. But it's got a lot of movies that I grew up with as a child that I have a lot of attachment to that aren't necessarily high-class cinema. And I think it's a really weird mix because of that. Yeah, Tara might kill me, though, for anything that's above Jackie Brown. Because that was at number 33. I think she would kill me for True Lies being above Jackie Brown and a few other things. Oh, Cube. She wasn't that hot in Cube. She'd probably kill me for that. But hey, whatever. It's fun making a list. It's fun making the decisions and whatnot. And we got plenty more decades and genres and stuff that we could do.